Clips. Man's gotta do what a man do. People say it, so it's true. If they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. What a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. If they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Clips.
Alrighty, YouTube's another one of Kips Clips, and welcome to the World Infowar News at 1. As always, Monday to Friday, 1 o'clock live, if I'm not out and about on my bike, so make sure you sub up, bail up, even like bookmark the channel on a wee folder up there or something, because it looks like the algos are getting in the way of notifications and stuff, and I don't know. If you want to keep in touch with particular people's content, bookmark their channel and continuously check in. And I don't know. It's it looks like the algos are getting it. That's how they're using the algorithms. And it isn't AI. Algorithms are yes, no, this way. Yes, no, that way. Yes, no, this way. Very complex and very long ones, but computers are really good at doing calculations very quickly. So, very, lots of calculations done very quickly can appear like, wow, like magic when it's a fucking calculator. But anyway, watch Terminator. Watch is coming to get you. So welcome to the World Infowar News at 1. When is no news? When is no news? Well, let's have a look at the BBC and see if we can actually find any news. What do you think? The BBC News at 1. Telling you what you need to know at the midday. The BBC, the bastion of knowing everything in the world. Best broadcaster in the fucking world. The biggest bitch in town. Let's see if we can see some news. So in the afternoon, one and all, if you appreciate the World Infowar News at 1, thumbs it up, share it with your friends, family, foes, help the show grow, tell somebody that doesn't know about the show. As I say, cross-promotion is away from the YouTube sphere, thanks to the Trump supporting train fucking it up for everybody. But anyway, welcome Mr. Brown, Scottish Ross, and on Mouse in the house and in the town. How yous doing, gents? Welcome one and all. So what we'll be doing first and foremost is going over onto the BBC's. We'll be doing this in about half an hour and getting out into the blue skies.
A couple are found guilty of murdering their French au pair and burning her body in their garden.
News or random grotesque violence? But don't worry, see if we can get boys on
Sophie
it.
Lyonnais was starved by the couple and beaten so badly she had 5 broken ribs at the time of her death.
Sophie was systematically abused, humiliated and tortured, but we will never know the full extent of the horrors Sophie had to endure.
Oh,
We
beautiful.
have the latest from the Old
Oh,
Bailey.
man.
Also this lunchtime.
You got to love these.
In the last few
beautiful,
minutes, 2
more
men have
random
been found
violence.
guilty of the murder of 4 children after firebombing their home in Walkden in Greater Manchester.
Death?
North Korea
More
says
death?
it started destroying the tunnels it uses to carry out nuclear tests in advance of a planned meeting between Kim Jong-un and President Trump. £2,000 a year every...
Death, nuclear bombs. Let me just summarise this. Death, with a good bit of torture sprinkled on top with a bit of boyzone celebrity titillation. And death. Oh, the death of young children, man. It could only get better if it was a placenta, couldn't it? Death of the fucking innocent kids. Oh. Sprinkled on top with a bit of nuclear bombs. I mean, we love a wee bit of nuclear bombs.
British household. The extra funding experts say is needed to maintain the NHS.
Question. Do these experts have a dog in the fight about conning dumb folk out of more taxes? Now, sorry, but when anybody, and this includes everybody that's pro-NHS in that fucking den of vipers called politics, right? The den of leeches, the den of fucking parasites, every fucking last one of them. Why isn't there anybody in the House of Parliament that asks the question, why can't we have £1 of tax go into delivering £1 of services? Why? Because of experts getting paid by private companies making lots of fucking money and obviously don't have the public interest at heart. They have private companies' interest at heart, but that's just my scepticism. Why doesn't anybody talk about that? The pound of tax. How many dozens, hundreds, thousands of private fucking whores have to get paid with that £1 delivering, let's say, toothpaste? Someone to mop the floor. Why is there a million and one private whore corporate individuals? Profit, not people. Profit, not people. Corporations, walking dead entities that you can't kick in the balls. You can't chop their head off if they fucking fist you up the arse for, let's say, kidding on that we need tax when they don't, just to get more money off you. Don't question that shit. Why isn't there anybody in Parliament saying that stuff? Why is it all just more money, more problems, more money, more problems, more money, more problems, more, and it's the left, right, double barrel bullshit paradigm keeps you. Corbyn! Oh, he sounds good. Oh, me sounding saying something good. Oh, Corbyn, Labour, Conservative. Same old shit. Repeat, rinse and repeat. Rinse the public and repeats the scam.
We are intelligence officers.
I'm an intelligent officer.
And secretly, we're just like you. MI6 launches its first ever TV advertising campaign.
Whoa, man. Woo, bitches. This is Orwell fucked up.
To recruit a more diverse workforce.
Coming up on BBC News, England tried to recover from losing early wickets, including that of their captain, Joe Root, on the first day of the opening test against Pakistan at Lord's.
Oh, somebody answers on a postcard. Write in the comments. Anybody that spots any news, please tell me. 10 points to $10 million! If anybody can spot the news. Can you see it? Here it is.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the BBC News at 1. A couple have been...
No! Random, grotesque violence. Something out of a horror film. I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just saying, what the fuck's it got to do with me with these freaks fucking doing freaky shit and they get caught for it and all that? I don't want to know about this shit. Monkey, it's titillation. It's morbid curiosity. Look, I'm on the BBC. I'm on the BBC. No, not anymore. Yes, let's go over to our correspondent. What she's going to do is she's going to tell you the gruesome details. She's going... Oh, well, I'm on the BBC, Mom. Mom, look at me, I'm a reporter on the BBC. That's not... What? That's not professional, don't you know? We don't conduct ourselves like that. Go and tune in, man. Oh, look, pretty French titty get murdered by gruesome, twosome Londoners. A wee bit of Boyzone strip. I kid you not, Boyzone's in it. Boyzone! I'm not making that up. If you want to go and get your daily fix of fucking wheat of fucking politics, go and listen to the details of that shit, man. It's got everything you want. It's got murder. it's got torture, it's got Taggart. No, that's just the murder. But it's also got torture getting filmed. And it's got Boyzone in it. It's got people's paranoid delusions about having affairs with pop stars. Oh, it's got everything, man. I mean, you can see why this is on the head of the BBC. Oh, yeah, hello, politics. Couldn't even see her face. But anyway. No, in fact, I'm refusing to spread that shit. I mean, honestly, right? You get those weirdos that are into like fucking looking into. It's always the ones that the intelligentsia that like to fucking find out about serial killers and all that and act like freaks. And they always, I don't know. The kids that stayed home and done experiments on their dolls and fucking insects and all that instead of going out and playing with their pals. They're always the fucking weirdo freaks that turn out to fucking cut up bodies and all that. Monkey see, monkey do. So I don't know. I don't think there's any benefits to be had by subjecting yourself consistently to other people's violence. Now, if this happens in your street or maybe your family or something like that, of course you're going to want to know all this stuff. I mean, that's why you have open courts. That's why you have the ability to go in, and this is that you're meant to have open justice and all that shit. This is the kind of principle behind that. But just to consistently subject the wider public to grotesque, random violent stories. Why the hell is that woman's murder more important than the... I don't know how many to guess, but is it 60 to 65 million in the UK? Fuck knows how many murders happen each day nationally. You can go and get stats if you want, right? Let's say it's 100. Let's say a day it's 100 murders, maybe. Why is this one all of a sudden top of the bill? Why? Oh, that's right, because there's recordings of torturing, some French au pair titty, a couple doing it together, a Boyzone guy in it and all that as well. It's got every tittle. So excuse me when I when I blindly look at this from the BBC, who are meant to be genuine journalists. They're not meant to be tabloids. They're not meant to be titillating you. They're meant to have the air of a genuine journalism, and yet they're giving you fucking news titillation. And I think that is a very fair analysis of that bullshit.
Last year, Courtney Brearley was found not guilty of murder, but was found guilty of manslaughter.
Woohoo!
Correspondent Judith Moritz.
Alright, so there's, again, I do pay attention to the news. I don't ignore these things. I just choose not to focus all my attention on them or whatever, right? After a while, you have to learn to disattach yourself from the emotion of these things. Otherwise, people will use these things to control you. So, it's not been cold-hearted. It's been sensible. It's been not one to be controlled by emotions put into you, not by the BBC or by anybody else. So it's good to, I think it's fair and positive, and for me, I'm far happier not allowing these things to, not all the time, but being aware that these things are here to poke you with a stick, emotionally, and doing your best to try and disattach yourself from that emotion. Whether I'm successful at it all the time or not is very debatable. Oh my god, is that like fucking real? Oh god, look, there we go. I'm almost greeting. I don't even, it's just fucking pictures of young kids in it, but you know what's went on. You know what's went on. But the BBC, oh, here's the details. You don't really need to know. But we will motherfucking tell you. And, oh, what a horrible story. But in the context of Many people getting killed by fire that night, and many people getting killed by murder, and all the grotesque and horrible things that's happening. My question is, why this story? Why this one? Is there a league table of whose lives matter, or is it these stories either fit into different narratives that the BBC try to build over time, different pictures they try to build over time, or is it sheer titillation, what some people would call clickbait or whatever, do you know what I mean? You're tickling somebody's balls to get them in to watch your shit. So you're tickling the nips, you're tickling the balls, you're trying to get them into your shop. Come on, hurry, Mrs. Murray! Oh man, I used to love the fucking Easter House Market, man. Don't be shy! Shows your... No, sorry, that's another one. Don't be shy! Come bye! Hurry, Mrs. Murray! Oh man, used to get some great characters down there. Right, hold on, we're still getting head teacher. Oh, like there's the head teacher. Oh, beautiful. If you weren't emotionally attached yet, here's some pictures of the dead corpses. When they were alive, of course, and looking beautiful. That won't stir any emotion in you. Expectant mothers out there. Mothers, fathers of the world. Here, look at these dead kids. That'll put a smile on your face, won't it? That won't make you think and go, oh, and make your arsehole twitch. And I don't know, you might even watch this shite from all different angles, whether it be the BBC upsetting you or Tommy Robinson. You might get so angry and shit that you might go to Tesco's. You might actually start throwing bacon at Muslims or something. And then one day you're at Tesco's and you start fucking bullying a disabled cunt and start calling him a poof or something. I don't know. And then you might end up in jail. Oh, because you'd let somebody else get inside your nut and become very, wee angry old woman. You know what? See, now that I think about it, see that bacon lady? I think she might have been the person that was trolling my channel and phoning in. Go and check out her behaviour. She's gone from this planet. I don't know if she'll be back. Ground control to Major Tom. Oh, hold on, I think anybody spotted the news yet?
Found guilty of attempting to murder his wife,
Oh!
tampering with her parachute and by sabotaging a gas valve at their home. Duncan Kennedy has the very latest.
Again, just oh, everybody will like, oh, Illuminati. Oh, hold on. What the fuck is that? Random murder and violence story number 3, BBC. Anybody spotted the news yet? Nah, they've just went, it's like Tommy Robinson, isn't it? He scours everything that's happening in the world and then plucks and plicks the things that he can mould and manipulate to the shite he wants to shove up your arse. And the BBC are doing that as well, just a different way, and they want to shove different things up your arse, you know what I mean? But the same sort of idea.
Latest on that from Winchester Crown Court. Duncan.
Winchester, the last kingdom.
Yes, Jane, this has been an extraordinary case from start to finish.
Extraordinary.
We have this Army Sergeant, Emil.
It's been extraordinary, not really. I think it's a guy, jilted, ex-lover. Guy kills wife or wife kills guy. I can't even remember the characters, the details, or the sexual parts on the players. But jilted lovers, and one kills the other. The only extraordinary thing about this is it's something out of a James Bond novel, in the sense that he fucked with a parachute. But anyway, that's it.
Not only her main chute, but also, crucially, her life-saving reserve chute. Victoria Cilliers, his wife, survived, but only just. Today, her husband, Emil Cilliers, has been found guilty on all counts of attempted murder.
Emil and Victoria Cilliers, husband and wife, but a couple.
Right, hold on, let's just... We spotted the news yet? Anybody spotted the news yet? I knocked some sense into him. Oh, look at that, man. You can see the titillation while they're using that. I get people jumping this like James Bond. They should have been shooting at each other in the air using airsoft guns just to make it interesting. But again, it's just titillation. Any news yet? You know, this is why I was actually looking at the BBC and RT as well, to be honest. And I'm like trying to search for a show title, right? So, like, what's the main shit on the cards today? And I'm like, they've went for like it's almost like the world turned off last night or yesterday. And then this guy looks like a fish.
Out of the aircraft.
Oh God, here's the morbid details. And more importantly, if you hate your wife or husband, why don't you just go on a little parachuting holiday, people? The BBC's showing you how to do it now. That guy didn't get away with it. But the BBC's also going to tell you the mistakes he made. So, are the BBC reporting on news here? Is this clickbait titillation? Or are they actually like sort of a wee nod and a wink at here? Here guys, girls, out there, unhappy with your partner? Oh, hold on, hold it. Not even joking, you know what it looks like? It looks like a workman hoovering concrete. Don't ask me. Don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, let's see. Can we see the news yet, please? Any news? Any news? Oh, fuck. I need to, oh, hold on. This looks like it could be news.
Are identical to marks on the nut.
Oh no, it's still just random people's violence. These people were more important than your granny. Remember when your granny died? Remember when your granda died? No offence if your granny and granda haven't died yet, whatever, but you get me. Remember when a member of your family died? The BBC weren't there, were they? No. They were too normal enough. They weren't a lesbian, transgender monkey identifying to be a cucumber shot by a Antifa Tommy Robinson fan. So there wasn't enough random, grotesque violence. They weren't locked up and tortured enough. They just died peacefully in their sleep. Where's the news in that? Where's the news? Anyway, let's see the news. Just fish guy talking about people killing people by cutting parachutes. Is that news? It's news to the families. It's news to the people that are involved. Oh! Ding, 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 ding!
To put the
News
side
alert!
as a gesture
News alert!
before a planned
News
summit
alert!
between its leader, Kim Jong-un.
Boom! Let's put a timestamp. Okay, 15 minutes in to a half-hour program, and we've got our first bit of news. Woo! Right. Well, we're doing well. I mean, usually they lead with usually the big fucking thing they want to brainwash you with used to lead. Now it's just random violence from the off. So let me Kev Baker myself here.
And President Trump next month. The regime took journalists to the site to witness controlled explosions in the last few hours. Paul Adams has the latest.
The world has grown accustomed to North Korea's displays of military prowess, but now foreign journalists have been invited to see something else.
What they did is they blew up the 3 remaining test tunnels at that site. They claim that 2 of those tunnels were still usable, that they could have conducted further tests there, but they put explosives inside and they blew them up. Before they did that, they actually opened up the tunnels. We were able to walk right up to them, see the explosives inside, and then they removed us to some viewing stands further away and blew them up.
But what does blowing up the test site really mean? It's remote, far from the capital, Pyongyang. It's seen 6 nuclear tests deep underground since 2006. The largest, probably a hydrogen bomb, took place last September. Last month, scientists said part of the mountain had collapsed. Now, North Korea says the whole site has been disabled.
whatever the reality is about this test site, it's not significant for about the future of the North Korean nuclear program. They could test if they wanted to test somewhere else, and they may be planning and preparing to do that, perhaps on a contingency basis already.
So what's Kim Jong-un trying to achieve? In April, he met South Korea's president in the...
Educated in Switzerland. Just saying, because go and look at a lot of the... oh God, I would love to be able to pluck things out my head and all that and rhyme and repeat them off. But I can't remember them by name and by school and all that. But hopefully you'll understand the point, the analogy, the pattern that I'm pointing out here. If you go and look at all the elite scumbags from around the world, no matter what country they're in. No matter what country they're in. No matter what country they're in. Assad, right, these are the ones that will bounce into me now. Assad, Kim Jong-un, they're the ones out of left field that were pariahs. I'm pretty sure Gaddafi's son was educated in London as well. Because I can remember shit about fucking Gaddafi's son going to schools down in London. I might misspeak here, right? Maybe it was Saddam Hussein's sons or whatever, right? Saddam Hussein would be another one, or... go and look where these people were educated. I'm going to argue... Well, look at where a lot of these places... Look where a lot of these peoples are educated. Another important one for me as well is go and look where a lot of generals, soldiers, people high up in militaries around the world, from any country. And you'll see a pattern. Go and check the ones that have been out. Sandhurst is the first one that pops to mind. I know there's high-grade military schools in America that do a lot of the Egyptian generals and all that sort of a jazz. And you'll get an idea that there's power structures behind what we perceive to be countries. There's these elite scumbags that come from the elite fucking schools of the world, like Hogwarts and all that, and fucking we know Hogwarts is fucking real, right? I've seen it with my own fucking eyes. We all know Hogwarts is real. And a lot of us may argue strongly as well that in all these elite douchebag fucking schools, this is where you get what's known as fraternities. You go and look into Masonic writings. They'll commonly refer to themselves as a fraternity. This is a different one. And the Masons have been around prior to a lot, not all, but a lot of these fraternities being built, being set up in a lot of these elite schools, so on and so forth. The Skull and Bones, the Russell Trust. The Skull and Bones, the Russell Trust, that's one that a lot of us will know about as well. There's many of these. The Bollington. Oh, fuck, what's the Oxford, Cambridge ones and all that as well. Scotland have our very own ones as well. I don't even know the names of them, right? But we've got some of the oldest universities in the world. St Andrews, Glasgow, Edinburgh as well, aye. Fuck. That's Aberdeen got a university. Right, but these are like the medieval but they were set up in and around the medieval centres. And you'll see this pattern. Go and look at the Jesuit schools and all that as well, and go and look where everybody of these schools then go on to do. The reason I started seeing these patterns is when I was starting to scratch beneath the circus of individuals that was popping up. It's like, educated there. Oh, so was he. Educated there. Then you learn that in these schools there's fraternities. And the Skull and Bones is one to point at, but not the only one. And the people that are pointing you in the direction of Skull and Bones is another fraternity of scumbags exactly like them sitting elsewhere that wants them taken out, that's jostling for power with that fraternity over that. Groups of fucking elite scumbag fucking cabals lording it all over us, rule by deception, democracy scam, and it's about who can get away with the most with the dumb fucking animals that they've got, who can muster the biggest muscle to project their fucking douchebaggery. They won't be killing each other. This is all fun and games for them. They're frat brothers. No matter, you go after each other in a business sense, and maybe like you want to outdo them and stuff, but very rarely would you go and take out one of your frat brothers. But they'll certainly let hundreds of thousands of people die of them arguing, playing games with their businesses and so on and so forth. And whether that's anywhere near an accurate explanation, I don't know, but that's the pattern that I've seen through the barrage of shit that I've went through. And that's been a fucking long time now.
Demilitarised zone between the two countries. They agreed to work towards the complete denuclearisation of the Korean peninsula, but their declaration was vague, leaving lots of room for interpretation and doubt. Donald Trump certainly wants a deal, seeing next month's summit with Kim Jong-un as the stage for a major breakthrough.
My proudest achievement will be, this is a part of it, but will be when we denuclearize that entire peninsula.
Could this be the start? Recent satellite images from the nuclear test site at Punggye-ri appear to show preparations for its closure. But hopes have been raised in the past. 10 years ago, North Korea made another big televised gesture, demolishing the cooling tower at its main nuclear reactor. But talks fizzled out and the plant reopened the following year. And then there's North Korea's ballistic missile program, capable, it says, of delivering a nuclear warhead all the way to the United States. How willing will Kim Jong-un be to give all this up? And what exactly will be his price? Multiple reasons then to be sceptical about today's public relations exercise and the long, complex...
Reasons to be cheerful. No, a million reasons to be sceptical.
...diplomatic process that may soon follow. Paul Adams, BBC News.
Taxes will have to rise to pay for the NHS if the UK...
That's all you need to hear. Taxes will need to rise if you want the NHS, bitches. £1 in, £1 out. Man, there's a fucking... That's like a... It's a campaign slogan that you could go and fucking campaign in the politics and win. £1 in, £1 out, and you would sell yourself to the public and right, what I'm going to do, fuck every other bit of politics, I'm going to make sure every £1 of tax that you pay for your national insurance is going to be delivered directly into frontline services, in the sense that that £1 is either paying for a medicine or a person to provide a service. Or infrastructure and all that shit, and semantics and stuff, but you know, you get the idea, and into the law would be written in that there can't be any private corporation, none, in between that chain of tax, service, £1 in, £1 out. A very simple concept, isn't it? I mean, are you telling me that we vote on a government so that they can then delegate? Oh, no, we can't set up a... Right, the people want an NHS, so they vote on a government who wants an NHS, and then the government can't deliver an NHS. They need to delegate that. Right, okay, I say we get the government to use the money that we give them to employ directly the people that they need. And this argument like, oh, the private sector will be able to pay more, so we won't be able to get the best. That's a bit retarded. The NHS is the biggest employer in the fucking world. I'm going to argue, no, we can get somebody in that can do the job adequately, and we'll take the fucking money that we can afford to pay them, without them being part of fucking the wise man group, the fuck you taxpayer group, the get it round you stupid little bastards paying tax group. I'm a big baldy specky bastard, but I'm an expert. Fucking pay more tax fucking group. Anyway, fucking look at fucking Specky here, man. I honestly, it really pisses me off. These people and their deception about bullcrap. Any spot any news yet? There was one bit of news about North Korea. I think that's about it. Right,
Do less.
I paused it for a bit.
Dominic Hughes, BBC News.
Fucking fast forward.
The time is 21 minutes past 1. Our top story this lunchtime. A couple have been...
Random virus.
Michael Curry.
Uh-oh.
Like Keenan, who was caught smuggling drugs to support his family.
I had a baby just before I come to jail, and my girlfriend, so I want to sort my life out.
This is going to be about helping youths get back into work. Ash Miller rat. Let me think, when was this? Within the last week, I've watched the Scottish News, can't remember, I think it would have been BBC actually, that's the easiest, accessible to me online and whatnot. I think it was the BBC Scottish News, and they done a carbon copy of this piece just with Scottish actors.
Not end up back in here like everyone else. This has probably changed my life, jail really. Probably more determined to get a job.
Huge problem. Nearly half.
People who would never think of themselves working with spies. MI6 says it needs more women and minorities among its ranks, and its first ever TV advertising campaign begins tonight. Gordon Carrera reports.
And then they go on to show you the advert while pretending to report about the advert. Right, now, if you want to see, this isn't the BBC reporting. This is MI6 advertising on MI6. Stroke MI5. You get the point. The beauty about it, this is native advertising. But the BBC they wouldn't even have to pay the BBC off for this, because the intelligence services are the BBC News. Shh, don't tell anybody. Here, hold on, here MI6. Can I be a spy by knowing that the BBC is run by you guys? That would make sense, wouldn't it? Because I obviously can fucking got the fucking skills to not pay the bills as it happens, but I'm not watching that shit. And then they go into some cricket, and that's 29 minutes past, and they are finished in the afternoon one, and all. Hopefully you enjoyed that. Roberto Carlos, Chinny 18, Dino, how you doing, my man? Mr. Brown in the town, Society of the Spectre, Gaza, how you doing, my man? Blazing, Roberto, how you doing, Blazing? Anybody else in the house? Rab was in earlier as well, and Anon Mouse and Scottish Ross, how you doing, guys? Thanks for joining. Remember, if you enjoyed it, thumbs it up, share it, friends, family, foes, try and tell somebody that doesn't know about the show. Sharing on social medias doesn't really work anymore, doesn't it? No, but it's worth a try. Patreon, PayPal buttons down below if you get any value. It's digital busking, and if you get spare change, consider the Patreon and PayPal buttons if you get any value from the stuff I do. It's blue skies out there. I'm going to go and find something to do. I don't know what yet. I might cycle to Loch Lomond. Anyway, we'll decide that later on, but stay tuned. And I will hopefully catch you here tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon as well, either for a bike ride, which I might do tomorrow, to Loch Lomond again, or the news, the World Infowar News at 1. Alrighty, YouTubes and everybody in the chat, thanks for watching. Catchies.
Clips. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. And if they diss me, I'll fucking sue. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. Man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. People say it, so it's true. And if they diss me, I'll fucking sue.